The Toronto Raptors got their guy. The Raptors select guard Jacobe Walter out of Baylor, number 19 overall at the 2024 NBA Draft. It was meant to be, as Walter was rocking the purple jacket as the Raptors are about to rebrand to their old school purple jerseys for their 30th anniversary. Also, I like this fun fact. Jacobe's parents named him after Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. So hopefully that's a good sign. Jacobe Walter, he didn't work out for the Raptors, and Bobby Webster said the team was surprised. He fell to them since he was projected to go a lot higher. The Raptors have apparently been scouting him since high school. We feel fortunate to get Jacobe in this spot, Bobby Webster said. I like this pick a lot for the Raptors, as Walter is a solid two-way player who can excel at both ends of the floor. He's got a great motor, and he has insane potential at just 19 years old, which could very well end up making him the steal of the 2024 NBA Draft. We're going to talk about it. Before I continue, guys, do me a solid. Smash a like on the video, and also please subscribe to the channel for more Raptors content just like this. Walter is 6'4" with a 6'10" wingspan. He averaged 14.5 points, 4.4 rebounds, and 1.4 assists per game in 35 starts for the Bears, on his way to being named the Big 12 Freshman of the Year. Walter is known as an elite shooter and an aggressive defender. Two things the Raptors need, and two things that are highly coveted in today's NBA. On offense, Walter showed he was a capable shot maker with confidence to shoot off the dribble, catch, and off movement. Walter also has the ability to initiate on offense and create his own shot. There's this notion out there that Walter can create his own shot, which Walter says is the biggest misconception of his game. Walter shot 37.6% from the field and 34.1% from three on 6.3 attempts. Now, these are underwhelming shooting numbers on paper, but he's got a good shot with a smooth release. And also, Webster attributed his shooting numbers to a knee injury. Walter, he doesn't lack confidence, which is what you want to see. This is a player who wears his heart on his sleeve. He plays with a certain type of swagger that you want out of a young guy, especially on a rebuilding team. And I just love this kid's mentality. He's already saying all the right things. He's got the right demeanor, and he seems like a high character guy. Now, Walter did describe his game to the media after he was selected by the Raptors, and he said, "I consider myself a competitor, a scorer, and a two-way player. Somebody that will sacrifice their body on the defensive end and do whatever it takes to win." As Walter also said that Toronto is where he's supposed to be. Another part of Walter's game that I really like is his physicality. This is a guy who's able to finish in contact, and it was that physicality that also helped him get to the free throw line more than 5 times per game. So that's actually a really nice total, considering the fact that he was getting up 6 threes per game. So Walter can be a versatile player on the floor on both ends, and again, that confidence is really going to help him elevate his game and take it to the next level. And what really makes Walter an intriguing pick for the Raptors here is that he has very nice defensive upside as well, and he shows that he has a willingness to defend at a high level. He can very well become an elite 3 and D player. He definitely has that potential, and obviously in the NBA today, it's always a valuable asset when you have a guy who can just play at a high level on both ends. So Walter, he's got a strong shooting ability, which is going to immediately help this Raptors team. Obviously, the Raptors, one of the worst three-point shooters in the NBA last season. They could definitely use a lot more shooting. He's tenacious defensively. And really, Walter's skill set is going to make him a strong candidate to fill the Raptors' starting role, in my opinion. Maybe not right away, but he definitely has the potential to slot in nicely with his overall skill set and excel next to Emmanuel Quickley and play off Scottie Barnes, who obviously the Raptors have committed to as their face of the franchise. And again, 19 years old, you're adding him to this young core. He's just so young, so raw still, and he's got a long way to develop his game. And You look at the Raptors roster now, it's all of a sudden guard heavy. And you do get the feeling that with this pick of Jacobe Walter, that Gary Trent Jr. could be on his way out with free agency looming, as Trent Jr. is an unrestricted free agent. And before we do get to free agency, which opens up on Sunday, the Raptors still got to make a call on Bruce Brown's team option. They have until Friday to make a decision regarding Brown. Now, the reports have suggested that the Raptors are going to pick up the team option and then flip Brown, but there's also a scenario of the Raptors letting Trent Jr. and Brown walk, and they can actually create just less than $30 million in cap space. So the Raptors, they got their guy at number 19, and now they're going to turn their attention to the second round, which by the time you watch this video, they would have already made their pick. But you just look at this pick in particular, the Raptors have another nice, young, intriguing prospect in Walter. He's a combo guard, and I think he could end up being a huge get for this team if he develops as you expect him to. And, you know, it's going to be nice to see how Walter fits in, obviously under the development of Darko Rajakovic, playing alongside the guys I mentioned, you know, that young core. Obviously, you got Grady Dick, who the Raptors drafted at last year's draft. You got Okai Abaji, and I think Walter can fill a nice void on this Raptors team when it comes to getting a prolific shooter and also somebody who guards just as well on the other end. So I'm a big fan of this pick. I really like it. A lot of people didn't have Walter on their radar because many mock drafts, again, projected Walter to go higher than he went. So the Raptors, clearly, once they saw Walter had fallen, they were not going to hesitate in taking him, and they did exactly that. And just a little fun fact, too, the Ringer actually had Jacobe Walter and number 3 on their way too early mock draft. So it definitely feels like the Raptors are getting a lottery pick here at number 19, and that is just absolutely huge. And I feel like this is going to be one of these drafts where when you look at the potential rookie of the year, I know it's way too early to be talking about it, but I think it's going to end up being a player not picked in the lottery or picked, you know, number 10 and on. I don't think this is going to be a typical, the rookie of the year is going to be a top 5 pick. There's going to be some hidden gems. There's going to be some guys that make big impacts on their new team that went a little bit later in this draft. And right now, Jacobe Walter, he could potentially be that guy. And for the Raptors, that would be absolutely huge if they're able to get a promising young talent and a special player, Jacobe Walter. So I'm optimistic. I think Walter's going to pan out nicely. And yeah, I'm a fan of this. Do you like the Walter pick? Let me know your thoughts on how you see Walter. And we will see how the Raptors move on from here. But guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Lucas signing off. Drop a like and subscribe on your way out. I will catch you all again in the next video.